Welcome to another video. I hope everyone's alright. This session I'm up at Linear Fisheries on Tar Farm and I'm on Lake 6 and it's swim 1. I've been down here before in the summertime, so I thought I'd give it a go in the winter. So a couple of things have changed since since my last set of videos. I've changed bait companies. I'm now with Munch Baits, so I really appreciate them for letting me join the team. And I'll put a link to their website in the description. Later on in the video I'll show you what baits I'm using. For now, yeah, I'll show you the lake and I'll show you where I'm fishing. So as I said, this is Tar Farm Lake 6 swim 1. I put Linear Fisheries. I'll put their website in the description as well. So to book the Tar Farm swims, you actually have to go onto an app called Catch. The app is available both on iOS and Android. It's very easy to go onto the app and book the swims. I've chosen the same swim as was in before. It has changed a little bit, obviously being winter. There's a lot less vegetation around. The water level has increased. It's come up to the gravel part of the swim, but you know, it doesn't matter at all. I've got the Gizmo alarms, the new Gizmo swing bob slims, and the Tornos GS reels and the Insurgent rods. So yeah, what I've my right hand rod, I've got if we're looking directly in the middle of the picture, I've got one going out to the swim opposite. I'm probably I don't know, I'd probably say 3 foot to the left of the swim, and about 2 foot away from the bank. The middle rod, same again. It's right in front of this swim. There's a slight gap in the reeds on the opposite bank, and I've just I've put 2 spods of hemp and boilie out, and just put a pop up, which I'll show you later on. So yeah, that's the middle rod. Left hand rod, there was a bit of action when I turned up this morning, so I thought, yeah, do you know what, I'll put only a handful of boilies on my left hand side of this swim, and yeah, just another pop up. I think I've got a, well no, actually I've got a like a washed out yellow pop up on that rig. I'm here for a few nights. Yeah, I've done a Tuesday to a Thursday. At the moment there's no one else on the lake, there's no one else booked on the lake, and you can actually see on that Catch app, you know, what swims are free and then what times they're not. It's a pretty decent app. So, a bit of an update. There's been a bit of action on my middle rod. I could see the tip like bending, and then it was just like a single beep on the alarm. Unfortunately there was nothing there, so what I've done, I've recast all 3 rods. So it's just coming up to 3 o'clock, and it feels like the light's already fading. It's an unfortunate reality of fishing in the winter. We don't get a lot of daylight. I'll bring all 3 rods in just before it gets dark. Fresh bait on each rig. A few spoms of bait around each rod, and yeah, you know, wait for something to happen. It's bound to happen in the night time. Doesn't matter where you go, you know, fishing always tends to come alive at night. But yeah, and it makes it more exciting, to be fair, at night time. You know, you can never tell whereabouts the fish is going. You know, even when you got your head torch on and things, it just makes it that a little bit more tricky, which is great. So yeah, this has been my view for well, yeah, all day. I can think of worse places to be. So I've wound the rods in. I'm just going to have a quick walk down to the next swim, peg number 2. One thing I've noticed, there's a lot more waterfowl. When I first came down here in the summer, you know, the lake had only been open a few months. Obviously, you know, nature and the wildlife doesn't really care about that, but yeah, there wasn't any swans, there wasn't any geese. yeah, there was just no bird life, and now I've been pestered by 2 swans, 3 geese. Yeah, I'll just show you down to this next swim. Not sure if you can move swims. You might have to ask the bailiff, because obviously, yeah, on the catch app, you know, you pick your swim and you pick your time and your date when you'll be arriving and leaving. So yeah, this is the next swim down. It's actually got the toilet. Just noticed the toilet there. As you can see, it's so clean at this fishery. It's really nice. Water's absolutely beautiful as well. Really clear. There's still a fair bit of weed out there. I've had a bit of a lead around earlier. There's quite a bit of water. You can fish from this swim actually. As I say, I'm the only one on the lake today, and I think tomorrow as well. Look at that. It's a brilliant lake. Such brilliant lake. I think there's a bit of movement down there. In front of this next swim here, to the right of them birds. I don't know if you guys can see it. There seems to be a bit of movement. There's birds diving down all across the lake, which is a bit of a pain, obviously, for us anglers. It's a pretty swim as well. Fishery's done really well with this lake. I really don't know how I'm going to do on this session. You know, temperatures are down to 4 or 5 degrees, but you know, as I say in all my videos, I say to everyone, you know, I'd rather be out fishing than even stuck behind a computer, or yeah, being indoors at home. Oh, well done. No, I thought it was a fish. It was just some birds. Yeah, as I was saying, you know, being out fishing, whether it's cold like it is today, or whether the sun's shining and temperatures are high, yeah, I'd rather be fishing, being outdoors. I like this kind of like this 2-step approach to the swims. Right, back to my swim. I'll put a fresh bait on all 3 rods. Put a bit more bait out. Yeah, and yeah, wait for a fish. I think I'll break this session up into 3 videos, especially if there's not much happening during the days. So, not that you could tell from the video, but yeah, the light is fading pretty quickly. Yeah, not long left now until it's completely dark. All 3 rods are out. I've put my right hand rod in I've brought it in probably about 2 rod lengths. I found a bit of a clearer patch out there, so I'm going to try that for the night. All the baits are 14mm pop-ups. I've put a 25mm wide PVA mesh bag on all three rods with a stick mix in all of them. Hopefully this won't be the last for today's video. Hopefully I do catch something, fingers crossed, but yeah, it's been dead quiet. The most activity I've seen is these birds here diving down, having a munch on the bait, excuse the pun. So yeah, I'll leave this video here, unless I have something through the night, and I'll update you guys and girls if something happens. So yeah, if it doesn't, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and just give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Oh, good morning and welcome to day 2 and video 2 down here at Linear Fisheries, Tar Farm Lake 6. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning. I've reset all the rods, put a bottom bait on all 3 rods. So what I've done, I've changed my rigs around. I've just gone back to a blowback rig for today. I'm using the Munch Baits Biomarine on all 3 rods. The cream seed what I was using yesterday, you know, I had little interaction with it down this end of the lake, so yeah, I thought, you know what, I've got Biomarine with me, I'll put that on this morning and yeah, see you know, if that attracts anything down this way. I've crushed up, I don't know, probably half a handful, put it in a PVA mesh bag and just kept it very simple. I'm not going to put any bait out in the spod. You know, there's enough from yesterday, and you know, it's pointless putting more bait in when there's been, you know, no action. Also, I had to bring the rods up onto like the second part of the swim. There was just a bit too much water, and I didn't want to kind of forget that the water was there in the middle of the night in my lovely Crocs. So yeah, I've moved them up here for the day. You know, if the water subsides, which I don't think it will, yeah, I would have put them back down, but yeah, so the rods are just down here. Oh, as you can see, I'm in. Well, I'm buzzing about that little mirror. Absolutely pristine fish. Yeah, at first I thought it was a bream. You know, as you can probably tell by the size of the fish in the photo, it wasn't that big. But a fish is a fish, and I'm so glad I've caught. It's midwinter now, and yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's nice to catch a fish on using a new bait, being part of a new bait team. So yeah, you know, big thanks to Munch Baits again for supplying the bait. So yeah, the rod went straight back out on the same spot, crushed up Biomarine again in a PVA mesh bag, chucked it out, keeping it simple. Oh, here we go. Well, couldn't have timed that any better, could I? Right, I'm going to have to put you guys down for a second, and I'll be back with you shortly. This one's definitely feels a bit bigger, but yeah, wait to see what it is. fish in here fight so well, it's absolutely brilliant. Even in the winter time, they're giving it a bit of a run for my money. Right, I'll get the net ready and I'll be back with you guys shortly. There he is. Brilliant. I'll see you guys in a sec. There he is. Happy days. There you go, 2 fish in the matter of, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes or so. So I've clearly done something right this morning. The baits, you know, they're enjoying the baits working. All 3 rods, back out using the same method on each. Got a blowback rig on all 3, biomarine boilies, and then yeah, crushed up boilie in a PVA mesh bag. So yeah, keeping it simple today. Because yeah, you know, clearly something is working this morning. Do you reckon we can get a 3rd fish by lunchtime? I hope so. So yeah, day 2, video 2 is kind of, yeah, coming to an end. Yeah, apart from the 2 fish I had this morning, there's not been any signs of action. I had 2 kind of like where the rod tip kind of like bends down slightly. That was about 1 o'clock. But apart from that, there's been no signs of fish. A bit of a shame, because I was looking quite positive, especially like after the start this morning. But yeah, you know, I can't hope for too much. As I said earlier, in the middle of winter, temperature in the air has dropped, so I should have about another hour and a half of daylight. It might not even be that. It's been a bit of a brighter day weather wise. I'll do the same as last night. Just before it gets dark, I'll cast all 3 rods out again. Won't be putting I won't be spotting any more bait out, as I said earlier. It's just not worth it, especially this time of year. So yeah, yeah, again hoping for another fish, maybe 2. It is wishful thinking, but yeah, you know, got to stay positive in these conditions, really. I'm just about to cast the rods out for one last time tonight on night number 2, and I just thought I'd show you guys and girls this view. Can't get much prettier than that. So once the rods are out, I'm just going to sit here and admire the view. Look at that, that's stunning. If I don't see you guys before the morning, I'll leave the video here, and yeah, it'll be the end of part 2 down at Tar Farm at Linear Fisheries. It's just gone past midnight and I've had this one. Look at him, absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm buzzing. I'm just gonna unhook him in the net and let him go. So he's unhooked now. Beautiful. Just checked his mouth. Absolutely fine. Not a mark in there at all. That. So I'm gonna get him on his way. Look at that. Such a stunning creature, this one. There we go, mate. There he goes. Right, that's a fantastic end to a night. I'm going to jump back in the bivvy and get warm. As you can see, it is misty, it is cold. Yeah,